What is the story of God? Is it that book we know as the Bible? Is it the stories we are told in our Sunday school classes? The answer is yes, but there's more to it. Although the stories in the Bible took place a long time ago, we still learn from them today. The Bible is done being written, but guess what? The story of God is far from over, and God invites each of us to be a part of it. Within those 66 books, there's creation, fall, chosen people, kingdom of God, mission, and new creation. There's a single grand narrative throughout the story of God, that God loves us and longs to be in a relationship with each and every one of us. We each have an important role to play within the story of God. Let's discover how we get to be a part of the story of God when we say yes to following Jesus.
Hello and welcome to Confirmation 2021. Woo! Oh, come on, let's hear it. Yay! I am so glad you're here. I have been waiting for this day. I have been praying for this day. I have been praying for each and every one of you. My name is Shannon Green, and I am the confirmation pastor here at Res Life Student Ministries. And this is my third full year in this role, and it is a privilege and an honor to be able to lead you all through your confirmation journey. Last year, when we did this parent-student kickoff, I was talking to a completely empty room because it was being live streamed on YouTube, but no one was here with me except a couple people in the tech booth. And I am so glad that this year you all here in person. And yes, your faces are masked, but masked faces are better than no faces at all. And I am just so grateful to be able to be here. We made it through COVID confirmation. Thank you for being a part of this today. Now, I am definitely biased, but I believe that confirmation is one of the best things that we get to do here at Church of the Resurrection. And confirmation is this opportunity for you as students to confirm what was done at baptism. It's what is claiming faith for yourselves and making this public declaration to say yes to following Jesus. One of my favorite things in life is when students say yes to following Jesus. That's why I became a youth pastor. That's why I became a pastor. It's because I love it when students and just people in general say, I want to make a deeper commitment in my faith. I want to make a deeper commitment to being a part of what Jesus is doing in the world. So I am so excited and grateful to be a part of this journey with you this year. At this point, I'm going to ask Pastor Wendy Lyons-Crossteck to come on stage. Wendy is our Leeway location director, and she's going to offer us greetings and prayer. And I think she wanted to take maybe a selfie, too.
Okay, friends, I'm old, and I'm not really good at selfies, but this is pretty amazing. So I asked Shannon, I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, but it's not your mom doing it, so maybe you'll do it. You'll be like, my pastor asked me to do it, so maybe I'll sort of smile behind. Maybe. Can I get a maybe? Maybe. Yes. All right. Okay, friends. All right, everybody, smile. Maybe put up your hands. Everybody put up your hands. Oh, I didn't do it selfie mode. All right, friends. It's weird. There we go. Very fun. I got this part of the room. So for those of you over there, you were just happily there. So as Shannon mentioned, my name is Wendy Lyons-Crossteck, and I just want to let you know that confirmation for me has been just such an incredible gift in my own personal life. And I'll share just a little bit of my own journey. When I was of age that I could go through confirmation, I remember my mom saying, hey, do you want to participate in confirmation? And she gave me the choice. Some of you might not have a choice. Maybe your parents said, no, you're showing up. But she said, would you like to? And I said, no. And she said, okay. So about a year later, she asked me again, but this time she asked me in a different way. And she asked me about whether or not I imagine faith being a part of my life. Do I imagine God being a part of how I'm going to live my life? And I said, well, of course. And she said, well, confirmation is the opportunity for you to really claim that. For you to say, I don't want to just come to church. I don't want to just say I believe. I want to ask the hard questions, and I want to have an opportunity to believe and to claim it as my own. And so I did. And my confirmation class was much smaller than this. There were 4 students and a pastor. And I was the kid who constantly asked, why are we even doing this? I remember you'll have an opportunity to learn and memorize the creeds. And I kept asking over and over again, like, why does this even matter? Like, why am I doing this? And I probably drove my pastor crazy. But my encouragement for you as you begin this journey is ask the questions. We may not always have the answers, but one of the things that I think is so important is that this is an opportunity for you to say, I'm trying to learn and grow together. And I personally learn by asking questions and by talking to the people around me and to being open to the things that they might say. And over the course of these next several months, you will find that you're going to be different than when you started. And you're going to have your eyes and your heart open in a way that you might not have actually ever expected or even thought was possible. But I can tell you that if you are willing to put your heart out there, that your life will be changed. And so that's my hope for you. That is my hope for those of you who are mentors, that you have said yes, that you get to see the transformation that's going to take place in the lives of these students. And my hope is that it truly will be a pivotal time in your life and a moment where, God, you just say, God is alive in my life in a new way. So I'm thankful for all of you. I'm going to open us up with a word of prayer, and then I'll send it back over. I'm not sure who's coming up next, but we'll send it off. So would you join me in prayer? Gracious God, we give you thanks for these students who have said yes, maybe reluctantly, maybe excitedly, or maybe just unsure about what the future will hold. And the thing that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that you are here, that you are at work in and through their life. And my prayer today, our prayer, is that we might be open. We might be open to how you would inspire and transform and change and encourage us. That there may be questions that are asked, lives that are changed, and care that is poured out upon each and every one of these students and mentors and parents. May we look back and say, wow, you did something really amazing, and we could know that it was you who did it all along. We give you thanks in Christ's name. Amen. Yay!
Much, Pastor Wendy. Well, I always like to say that I don't do this by myself, that confirmation comes together through a collective team effort. And so I get to work alongside some really amazing people that were here helping me today and meeting you. So I like to introduce two of those wonderful people today, and that is Taylor and Todd. So how about you guys introduce yourself and say what you get to do here in Res Life? Yes, give a round of applause. That's right.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. And the Bears are currently winning. So just in case you need an update, my name is Taylor Ogden Thomas, and I serve as the high school minister here in Res Life. I always say that I think high schoolers, I know that you are out there, and so this is for you too. This is not just for 8th graders. This is for high schoolers, and I'm so glad that you are going through. I would say I love confirmation so much. I went through twice as a teenager myself, okay? So loved it. And then for the last literally 17 years, I have loved it so much. I've gone through for 17 years here at the church because I've been here alongside confirmation. So I think it's awesome. So I would say just open your heart and see what God is going to do this season in your life. And so I'm excited, and I'm going to pass it off to Todd.
Hey, I'm Todd Davidson. Yeah, give her a round of applause. There's people clapping for you, Taylor. I already love this crew. Todd Davidson, many of you refer to me as the middle school guy, and it's true. Even though I have gray in my beard, I kind of act like a 12-year-old most of the time, so I'm excited that you're here to join us with this. Listen, it's been a crazy season for all of you, and I'm so excited that you chose to be here. Or if you're like me in my journey, you were told you're going to be here. Anybody voluntold? Nobody's brave enough to raise their parent in front of their friends. Next week, you can raise your hands that you were voluntold. Now, listen, I was made to do confirmation when I was your age as well, but it changed my perspective on my faith, and I got to choose it to be my own. And I got to look at mom and dad, and I was like, hey, this is what I believe because this is what I believe. So I'm excited for you guys in this journey. Just know that Wednesday nights we're here as well. So Sunday morning is going to be amazing to have all you all here in the room worshiping and learning with us. Wednesdays for middle school students, 6:30 to 7:30, we're right here. And it's about food and faith and friends and fun. So we'd love for you to join at high school. The high schoolers in the room are here from 8 to 9 on Wednesday nights, and it's a great time. It's amazing music. It's amazing fun. So we'd love for you guys to join us. But I'm just proud that you all are here. So thanks for being brave and making this step in your life. Anything else you need from us, Shannon?
No, thank you guys. Thank
She's
you,
like,
Todd.
"Get
Thank you,
off stage."
Taylor. Two other people that are not here in person, but you're going to get to see and meet later on are Zay Romeo, and he's our brand new Res Life worship leader. And so he's going to be leading you into worship every single week alongside our amazing Res Life student band. So we're really excited to have him here with us. He just came and joined our staff within the last couple of weeks. So look forward to meeting him soon. And Steve Schneeberger is our new Res Life lead director, and he's actually en route from Florida driving up here. So he will be on site and around all 5 of our campuses. He will not only be leading the Leawood location, but all 5 of our Res Life locations. So look forward to meeting them in the upcoming weeks. I think we've got a very quick video from our bishop. So we are a Methodist church, and in the Methodist church, we are a part of a big global system. And a part of that is we have leaders called bishops. So we have a quick welcome message from our bishop, Bishop Sines.
Hello, confirmation students. My name is Reuben Sines Jr., and I'm the Bishop of the Great Plains Conference. I'm proud that you have decided to take this next step in your faith journey to learn more about God and the United Methodist Church through a confirmation class. Confirmation is a discipleship pathway that will teach you about the United Methodist Church's history and beliefs. It is a pathway that will help complete your baptism by preparing and equipping you to take ownership of your own faith. Confirmation will encourage your own personal relationship with God through discipleship and the practice of spiritual disciplines. Confirmation will also give you an opportunity to make the choice of joining the church as a full member. When you're confirmed, you're making an act of confirming and making solid and grounding your own faith in baptism by making a public declaration of your faith in Christ for yourself. This is also the point at which you become an official full member of the United Methodist Church. This is the first step to joining the church, but confirmation is so much more than that. My hope for you is that through your confirmation experience, you will grow closer to God and your community of faith, while realizing the impact God has in your life and through your life for the entire world. I still remember the impact my confirmation class had on my life, some 47 years ago, give or take. But it was not the end of the journey for me when I was confirmed. It was only the beginning of a growing experience in my faith and continuous learning more and more about my relationship with God and with the people in God's beautiful world. And that's my prayer for you, that you encounter the risen Christ in such a powerful way through confirmation that you will be inspired to begin your lifelong commitment to loving God and loving your neighbor. Grace and peace to you and your mentors as you set out on the journey of a lifetime, a journey that has no return. Peace.
So as Bishop Sines says, confirmation is this time when you are getting to claim this faith, this Christian faith for yourself and make a public declaration to follow Jesus. Now, many of you got baptized as babies. Some of you may not be baptized yet, and that's okay. But what baptism is whether you're doing it as a baby or whether you're going to do it here in a little bit as a teenager, it's God making a claim on your life and saying, like, this is my child. This is someone I love. This is someone I want to be a part of my family. But then at confirmation, it's your turn to accept that claim back. It's your turn to say, yeah, I want to receive that love in my life. I want to be a part of that too. I want to confirm that God's love is something I want to have in my life, and I want to be a part of God's family. So it's this two-way commitment that through baptism, maybe you didn't get a chance to make that choice for yourself if you were baptized as a baby, and now through confirmation, you're getting to make that choice for yourself to follow Jesus, to be a part of God's family, to be a part of the church. And maybe in baptism, if you're going to get baptized here as an older person, as a student, you are saying, I want to receive God's love, and I want to extend God's love to others as well. So students, at the end of this confirmation season, we have a retreat night, and it's a Friday night. And I am very careful to make sure that your mentors ask you a question. And that question is, do you want to be confirmed? Because I want to make sure you know what you're doing, that you are making a public declaration of your faith, that you are making a public declaration to be a part of the church, that you are making this commitment to say yes to Jesus and to what God is doing in the world. And like Bishop Sines said, confirmation is not the end of your faith journey. When we have our big confirmation ceremony in March, it's not a graduation. It's not, I've graduated from faith, I've done all I need to do, I know all I need to know. It is just one marker of faith along the road. And I hope that you will continue to grow and continue to dive into your faith and continue to ask tough questions and continue to get involved in the church in many, many ways for many, many more years to come. Our theme this year is the story of God. And I love that because it means that your story is still being written. My story is still being written. Your mentor's story is still being written. And God is inviting you to be a part of that story. God is inviting each of us to continue to help write and shape this story of God. And that's what happens in confirmation when you say yes to being a part of that invitation. So when you entered today, you received a few tools to help you out along the way. And the first is your confirmation Bible. Students, parents, help me out here. There's a page in there that says, this Bible belongs to, or my name is. Put your name in there, because I will get 50 of these turned into me, and I will have no idea whose they are. So help me out. Put your name in it. Maybe not now, but when you get home and you have a pen ready. And have this ready to go at every confirmation session. This Bible is yours to keep. You can write in it, you can mark in it, you can highlight in it. This is yours. Have it ready to go, have it ready to read. Just a side note, it's the CEB, or the Common English Bible. This is the translation we use here at Church of the Resurrection for almost everything, for our sermons, for our Grow, Pray study guides. And we want you to be able to follow along, not only in confirmation, but also in big church too. So bring it to big church. Have it ready when Pastor Adam is preaching his sermons. So this is your tool. And, many of you may have got a third grade Bible. This is maybe your next step Bible. So it's a little bit more grown up than what your third grade Bible was. You also received this handy-dandy confirmation journal. There's also a page for you to write your name in it, so be sure to do that when you get home so I don't have 50 of these turned into me and I don't know whose they are. This is your guide for confirmation. So every week there's a place for you to take notes as we're listening to our teaching videos, as we're learning about something new that relates to our faith and relates to church and relates to Christianity. And this is something that you're going to have a little bit of homework in each week. Not a lot, not like school, but there may be a take-home challenge. And that challenge might be like, journal on this Bible passage. Or have a conversation with your family about this topic. Or maybe do a random act of kindness this week to someone in your neighborhood or someone in your school. So have this every week as you come to your confirmation sessions. And parents, you can even follow along with us. There is a digital downloadable version of this at core.org/confirmation. So you can check in and see, what's my kid learning every week? And you can follow along. There's another tool I want you to be aware of, and that is our YouTube Res Life Student Ministries channel. We are actually live streaming this right now to our YouTube channel, so you can come back and watch it. If you have friends and family that weren't able to make it today, you can have them go back and watch this. And every week, our sessions are going to be online at our Res Life YouTube channel. So if you miss a week, you can go back and watch it. Parents, if you want to know what we're learning about, you can come watch our videos too. And last year during COVID, we learned a really fabulous lesson. One is that kids actually connect pretty well to videos because they're watching videos all the time on YouTube, on TikTok, and lots of other mediums. And what we also learned is that when you use a video teaching curriculum, you can access a lot of different voices that you may not be able to use if you're only relying on in-person speakers. So our videos, you're gonna hear from not only the people here at Leawood, but you're gonna hear from our Res Life directors at West and at Overland Park, and all of our location pastors from across the different campuses. So I'm really excited about these videos and to share them with you this year. Another tool that your groups might be using is GroupMe. So this is a messaging app. You'll hear more about it from your mentors, and you'll be able to hear about ways that you can stay connected as a group. Parents, you can be a part of this as well. All right, so I'm gonna go over some expectations right now, and this is often the part that freaks a lot of people out. But I want you to know that this is a time of confirmation that I really want it to be full of grace, and I really want it to be a time where you can be really flexible with these expectations. So I want you to know that if you are struggling and running into any challenges with these, please reach out to me. Please let me know. This is something that I really want to be in conversation with you about. So please just talk to me, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation if there's ever any time where you're running into any issues with these. So confirmation actually begins with baptism, like we talked about in the video. So students must be baptized before they can be confirmed. The United Methodist Church actually does recognize baptisms from any denomination. So if you were baptized as a Catholic, if you were baptized as a Lutheran, if you were baptized as a Baptist, that's okay. We will recognize that baptism. You don't need to get rebaptized. But if you haven't been baptized yet, please don't delay. Please go ahead and reach out to me and set up that baptism. Or you can email baptism@core.org if you have any questions with scheduling that baptism. We will have a confirmation baptism ceremony scheduled for Sunday, November 7th. We don't have the registration set up for that yet, but please just stay tuned and we'll get that set up. Another expectation we have for confirmation is worship. So this is, again, one of the big ones that a lot of people are like, this is a lot of times that I have to be in worship. So we ask all of our confirmands to be in worship at least 10 times between now and the confirmation ceremony that is on March 6th. What that is that averages out to be about 10 times, or about once every other week, about 2 times per month. So that seems like a lot, but when you really get into it, it doesn't actually end up being that many times in worship. We'd love for you to be here every week, but we know that life gets busy and things happen and things get, on your calendar, you're traveling, whatnot. So at least be here 10 times, but I need to know you're here. So if you aren't here, or if you are here, please register your attendance. And students, that means registering your own names, your own attendance. So putting your name in at core.org/live. So that's the place where you go and you mark in your attendance. One note, a lot of people ask, what if I just go back and watch past sermons? That unfortunately doesn't count because it's not a full worship service. What I need you to do is watch the service from this week. And that gets posted beginning at about 5 o'clock on Saturday night, and it can go all the way through until 5 o'clock the next Saturday night. And if you watch that full service, then that counts for your worship for that week. But you don't have to watch it on Saturday. if you're watching online, you don't have to watch it on Saturday or Sunday. You can watch it on Tuesday. You can watch it on Wednesday. You can watch it at any time that makes sense for you and your family. We'd love for you to be here in person. So we have 2 services that would work for you to be in person, and that is 11 o'clock or 5 o'clock on Sundays. So if you have any questions about worship, please just reach out to me, and I will be sending out attendance reports about 2 or 3 times to let you know where you're at on your worship attendance. The next one is study. Study, what that means is that confirmands, you cannot miss more than 2 or 4 sessions of your confirmation weekly sessions. So again, that seems like a really hard expectation, but that's really we have only about 15 times that we meet, so that's less than a third of the times that you're actually meeting. But we also offer makeup sessions on Monday nights. So if you can't miss, if you do have to miss more than your 4 times, then come join us on Monday nights over at Zoom. Watch the YouTube video first on the Res Life Student Ministries YouTube channel, and then reach out to me to get that Zoom link so you can be plugged in on Monday nights. The full confirmation session schedule can be found at core.org/confirmation or also in your confirmation journal. Next requirement is serve, and this is my favorite, and actually students really love getting involved in the service component of confirmation. Most of them come away saying this was their favorite part of confirmation. So we can have, most groups will schedule a small group service project that they do together, and that is something that you'll work out with your small group. But if they do miss your small group service project, you can just plug into any one of the service projects that we offer as a church. So that can be a Serve Saturday. We have one that we'll offer with Res Life on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. There's lots of ways to complete this service project. So stay tuned for more details from your small group mentors or from me. Next is give. So give is kind of an optional, this is not a requirement for confirmation, but it's kind of a fun competition that we do between the guys and the gals. And our first giving project of the year will be for Flourish Furnishings, and we'll be collecting towels. And so this can be bath towels, hand towels, washcloths. Please new or like new towels only. We'll accept monetary donations as well. And so students, when you come in each week, you can bring your towels, you can bring your money, and $1 equals 1 point, or 1 towel equals 1 point. And we'll keep track of those each week, and we'll say who's winning, girls or guys. And we'll do a different giving project after Christmas. So we'll have one winner before Christmas break, and then we'll have another winner between January and March. So give towards Flourish Furnishings, and that will be an exciting thing. And last is our acolyte greeting and ushering. So a lot of you have already been doing this, so good job on you guys. But if you are able to, go ahead and sign up now to be an acolyte, greeter, or usher. And you can just do this 2 times in worship. The registration form is live now at core.org/confirmation. I don't actually handle this, so if you have any questions about it, you just need to go to acolyte@core.org with any questions you might have. So overall, we just want confirmation to be really life-giving, and these expectations may seem difficult or hard or strange, but part of it is these guidelines kind of help us all have some boundaries for what it is that you are committing to. Confirmation is a commitment, and we really want it to be something that you guys do as a family. So I'd love it if you guys worship together as a family. Find a time that makes sense for you all to worship together as a family, either in person or online, and make that a regular commitment, a regular rhythm that you do together. When you are coming together for your confirmation sessions, I want that to be something that you are committing to regularly. And serving is something that I hope you become a regular habit in your life, not just here as a part of confirmation, but as something that you are doing regularly. But let me know if there's any questions you have about those expectations. All right, parents, I want to spend 5 minutes just talking just to you. Students, you can listen in. But parents, I'm looking at just you guys right now. Study after study after study has shown that parents are the primary faith influencers in their students' lives. So as much as I want to be a big influencer in your student's life, it's you. You're the one that they're looking to. You're the one that's modeling their faith. You're the one that they are going to take after. And students will probably never say this, and they'll probably never admit it, but it's the truth. All the research and studies say that it's true. Young people believe how their parents do. Young people's faith looks like their parents' faith. So how can you be involved in their confirmation journey this year? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Confirmation has a few ways that you can get involved in parents or in the journey this year. One of them is our Confirmation for Parents videos on our YouTube channel. These are just really quick 2 to 3 minute videos that we put together last year. You can find them, they're really great. Another is to just follow along with our full sessions on the YouTube channel. So you can see what is your student learning, what are they hearing, what is it that we're talking about. You can also follow along with the journal. I already mentioned that is available for download at core.org/confirmation. One of the things that I already said, but I want to reiterate, is worship together as a family. Make worship a priority. Make confirmation a full family experience. I send out a weekly email just to kind of say, here's what's happening, here's what we're talking about, here's what's coming up, here's some general announcements. Read those emails. Your mentors will also be sending out some emails. Read those emails too. Encourage your student mentors. They are also parents, most of them. Not all of them, but some of them are parents, and they want to know that you are listening to them, that you are engaging with them. So encourage them, let them know that they're doing a great job, and that you are appreciating the time that they're giving to pour into your students' faith life. There are going to be volunteer opportunities as they come along, so you'll hear from me about the different ways that you can volunteer. And definitely help your mentors as they are planning the service project and the social outing for your small group. That is a big way that you can really help them out to say, hey, I'm going to handle planning this service project, I'm going to handle planning this social outing, and they'll give you some ideas and some direction about how to get started on that. All right, I think at this point, I want all of my mentors to go ahead and stand up. So if you are a mentor, I'm not going to embarrass you or anything, but these are our mentors. Most of them, like I said, are parents themselves. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss our mentors to go to their small group classroom. So all of you got a card when you walked in. So don't go there yet, but we're going to give our mentors a head start so they can head to the small group classrooms. And mentors, just be ready to welcome your kids and their families as they head on to their classrooms. And while they're heading down there, I've got a couple last announcements. So a couple of announcements. We will normally be meeting in this space at 9 o'clock. So what that's going to look like is your student will need to check in on the iPads. If that is new to your student, they have a program, they have a phone number that will be programmed to their name. Sometimes it's their cell phone number, sometimes it's your phone number. So they will need to come into the Student Center info booth just like how they did today, come up to one of our iPad check-ins and punch in a phone number. If they can't get it on the first phone number, try a different phone number. So come in at around 8:50. We'll have the doors open on Sunday mornings so they can come in, they can get a donut, or they can play some 9 square, or they can play some gaga ball, whatever. And then we will get started in here at about 9:10. Please have them here by about 9 o'clock so we can make sure that we get everyone connected and checked in and where they need to go. We will worship alongside our Sunday school friends, so that's all of the 6th through 12th graders that are also here for Sunday school. And then we will stay in here and we will worship, we'll watch our teaching videos, and then we'll head out to our small group classroom. So that will be every Sunday morning, beginning at 9 a.m., the Sundays that are listed in our confirmation schedule. The best way to contact me is always by email. I will try to answer your email within 24 hours if it's a normal business day. So you can find my email in the confirmation journal, and that's usually the best way to give me a heads up if you have any questions. So at this point, I think that we've given the mentors enough head start to get down to their classrooms or up to their classrooms. So we'll go ahead and dismiss to your classrooms. Make sure to grab a snack or a water bottle if you haven't already. Thank you so much, friends.